Paulina Price has always been the kind of woman who fills a room the second she enters it, and in this episode she brings that same larger-than-life energy when she sits down with Chanel, who is visibly overwhelmed by everything happening in her life. Chanel has been trying to juggle pregnancy, the bakery, her marriage, and her future all at once, pretending she's fine even when the cracks are starting to show. But Paulina can read her daughter instantly. All the forced smiles, the tired eyes, the way her hands tremble slightly when she talks about the bakery schedule, it all tells Paulina one thing: Chanel is running herself into the ground. So Paulina decides it's time to intervene in her classic Paulina way, bold, blunt, loving, and sprinkled with humor that hits a little too close to the truth. She tells Chanel that she needs to slow down, that being pregnant isn't something she can cram in between work shifts like it's just another task on a to-do list. And that's when she brings up her favorite comparison of the day, those Scandinavian countries. She can't remember exactly which one, maybe Norway, maybe Denmark, maybe somewhere even colder and quieter, but she remembers the important part. New mothers there get a full year of maternity leave. A whole year to rest, heal, bond with their babies and breathe. The way she says it is half joking, almost playful, but the meaning behind it lands deeply for Chanel. Paulina's point isn't about geography or policies, it's about permission. Permission to step back. Permission to stop carrying the weight of the world on her shoulders. Permission to put her health and her baby before the fear of letting people down. Paulina is telling Chanel that she doesn't need to prove anything, not to Salem, not to customers, not even to herself. If entire countries think mothers deserve that much time, why is Chanel denying herself even a small fraction of it? But beneath the humor, Paulina's protective instinct is on fire. She sees how scared Chanel is, how unsure she feels about balancing motherhood with her identity and her dreams. Paulina knows how hard Chanel has fought to build a life she's proud of, and she also knows how quickly anxiety can push a young woman into thinking she has to sacrifice herself to keep everything afloat. Her message is simple but powerful. Chanel doesn't need to choose between being a mother and being successful, because success means nothing if she destroys her health and her happiness on the way. The conversation softens when Chanel finally lets herself be vulnerable. She admits she's afraid of losing momentum at the bakery, afraid of disappointing customers, afraid everything she's built will fall apart if she steps away even for a moment. And Paulina listens, really listens, before reminding her that Salem is filled with people who care about her, people who will support her, people who don't want to see her burn out. For once, Chanel doesn't argue. She lets the words sink in. By the end of the scene, Chanel isn't magically cured of her fears, but something shifts inside her. She begins to understand that motherhood is not something she has to squeeze around her career. It's something that deserves devotion, care, and space. And Paulina, with her mix of love, sass, and that unforgettable Scandinavian analogy, becomes the anchor that helps Chanel breathe again.